Alright.
My name is James and I play guitar in the group.
Ian is the bass player in our band.
I'm Ian Anderson, bass player.
Oxy's the drummer.
He drums things.
He's a face.
He's a hell of a drummer, that's for sure. A very wild character, I would say.
My name is Craig, Mr. Oxbury, and I play the drums in Hungover Stuntmen.
The first words he spoke to was I'm better than your drummer. I should be your drummer. And I was like, nice to meet you.
Stu's just the other one, he's quite irrelevant.
I'm Stuart Ridley, I play guitar.
We are... What? We are what? We're a Who tribute band. What?
We had tracks produced by Mark Wallace, who's like a bit of a legend. He did the Lars.
Well, I think how we met Andy Taylor was through a mutual friend.
And then he invited us down to London to see one of his Earl's Court shows.
And we went out for dinner and stuff like that. Got on with him, lovely guy.
Dragged us out to Ibiza, which was horrible, for 2 weeks. Did some demos with him.
And we had tracks produced by Steve Craddock as well, which he doesn't really need an introduction, but he's a guitarist in Ocean Colour Scene and plays with Weller as well.
And so when it came to the time of recording the album, I think he was one of the key members in our heads of who we wanted to work with, you know, along with kind of Steve Craddock as well.
And then invited us back to do the full album a year later.
Ibiza, the relationship with Ibiza is really strange.
I was always worried that it was going to taint the album and make it sound very shiny and happy. In that respect, the best thing about it is that it didn't, and that we actually came out with a record that probably sounds like we recorded it in some grotty studio in London.
We were a little bit shocked that Andy was interested in some sense, because you don't really equate Duran Duran with us at all, and we're nowhere near each other, total different fields.
Like, the worst thing was definitely the Mediterranean sun, like, you know what I mean? I never imagined sort of doing an indie rock and roll album out in like the island of dance, like, I never sort of saw that one coming.
I don't associate Andy with Duran, although he is, and he's synonymous with it. Because I know a lot more about him, you just think he's a real sort of rock and roller, you know.
And I mean, he pretty much kicks ass on guitar, like.
Andy, his advice on recording guitars was basically get 3 top quality amplifiers, plug straight in, and then turn them all up to max.
He walked in and I had all my pedals and everything on the floor, and I used a few different things to get different sounds when I'm playing, and he just went and picked them all up and put them in a box and plugged me into an amplifier and turned me up to Fender goes up to 12, like, so he turned me up to 12, and it was very loud for 4 weeks.
I think we shit ourselves when we found out we were the headlining act for Ibiza Rocks.
It was definitely one of the highlights of my career in the band, if you like.
We were so pumped up.
We definitely headlined Ibiza Rocks by mistake.
We turned up, played, you know, we were the only band on that night, and I think we had the crowd rocking, and I think we did really well.
And then play your songs, that went in a whirlwind thing, didn't really remember anything. I've seen some pictures, but I can't quite remember being there.
You're always fighting when you're an unknown band to try and make people listen to you, and Ibiza Rocks was really good because that's exactly what people did.
Yeah, it was good fun.
It was very, very good. Spending the summer in Ibiza. Apart from the midges in the sun and the swimming pool.
The best bit for me was definitely making the album and kind of offloading all these songs that we'd had for maybe a couple of years.
Gave us a gift as well, which is a very nice Gibson Blue Seal.
I had to share a room with James all that time, which, you know, could have been worse, could have been Oxy or Stu.
Probably the worst bit was maybe hanging around with Jim, Ian and Stu, I suppose.
Well, what are the downsides of being in Ibiza, you mental?
started like that, boy?